Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Daily's Commodity Show. And today we'll be looking at natural gas, gold, and silver, as well as the US dollar. So we'll be looking at support and resistance levels to look potentially play off of, as well as the most likely scenario where the price will be heading into later this week. And if you guys are looking for the stock market video, head over. I'll be recording that one right after this one. And we'll be looking at a couple of plays as well. So we've been looking at Disney and PayPal. And today I've traded the cannabis sector, and I made one of my fastest trades, $32,000 within 19 minutes in my career. So I'll be showing you guys that in that stock market video. And we'll also be talking about QQQ, S&P 500, as well as the 7 mega cap tech stocks: Tesla, Nvidia, Apple, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, and Meta. All right. Let's get started. And if you guys learn anything, feel free to subscribe, like, and share. There's always appreciated. So natural gas, congratulations to the bulls. We have confirmed our very first daily uptrend that I've been trying to talk about for a very long time, because we haven't confirmed daily uptrends anywhere within here. And I've said that we want to see a daily uptrend confirmed so we get more follow through from the bulls. Last time we had one was over here. And today we have confirmed our daily first uptrend. So you can see right here from the bottom of the move, A, to the top of the move here, B. That's one initial move. So we made a move there, and then we dropped yesterday. So that formed the pivot from yesterday. We zoom in more so you can see more clearly. So from the pivot, meaning consolidation happens when the next candle goes below the prior candle. So you can see right there, this is the Monday's candle that went below yesterday's candle, Friday's candle. So that is a daily consolidation happening. And when we form that bottom wick, I talked about it yesterday, saying that there's a very good chance bulls will break above it, because we back tested the support and it bounced off of the support and it closed near the high of its day. So when we close near the high of its day or low of its day, the most likely scenario for the next day is a potential move towards that direction. So if we close at the high of its day, meaning the bulls just ran out of time, so they could have went higher, but the stock market closed. And so the chances of them going higher the next day increases the probability of it happening. Obviously, it doesn't always happen, but increases the probability. And so we had two good signs yesterday, closing close near the high of its day, as well as a back test of support, bouncing off of that. And today broke out above Friday's high, which is 2.659. So when that happened, the daily uptrend confirmed, because this initial move, pivot being set, broke above the prior high right there, and now the daily uptrend confirmed. So you can see this bull volume just shot straight in here once we confirmed that daily uptrend. So let's take a look what it looks like. So 2.659 was that level we had to break. And let's zoom into the 5 minutes, 15 minutes. Let's see. So it was right here that we had to break to come from the daily uptrend. So pretty early in the morning. And you can see right when we broke that level right there, how much more volume came in here. It shot up another 3.3%. You can see in the morning, it wasn't that, there's not a lot of volume. And right at this candle, when we broke that daily uptrend, boom, you can see all these bull volume just coming in. That's why it's so substantial when I talk about trend changes all the time, especially on the daily time frames. And so we got some decent follow through, and back tested the 2.75 support, bouncing off of it so far. So far it looks so good. No signs of it topping out yet. Obviously we may pull back, but still signs of it slowing down at the moment. So hourly trend will be our guide for short term. We'll see if this forms an hourly bull flag. We measure from the bottom to the top of the move. So got a lot of room for the bull flag. So even if we drop down to 2.72, it's still an hourly bull flag. Maybe potentially. If that happens or not, if it confirms the bull flag, we will head higher. Pretty much now we are back to the top of the structure. See, this 2.75 is the resistance level that it's currently bouncing off of. And we can delete this line, this resistance line over here. It's more for a visual guide. This was more for a support visual guide, but that's not going to be useful anymore. Unless, let's see, if we actually drop all the way down there, that would be, it's a 16% drop. If it drops all the way down there, we will redraw it, but for now, not that important for us. The most clear resistance support line for us would be this one, the mirror looking line. Support, 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 support. So now we may need to watch the resistance one now. Resistance, 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 resistance. So if we do come back up here, which is still quite a bit away, but we have a chance now because we confirmed the daily uptrend and it's looking like we got some strong momentum going. But before we take that one out, we have one more I'm currently seeing here. So yeah, we have this one down here, and coincides with this 2.8 resistance. So this downtrending resistance is confluencing with this 2.8 resistance right here. There's two levels. You can see all these levels here also tested the same range. And here, here, here is also another resistance. So this may be a tough area to get over. So we'll see how it trades when we hit there later this week. And if it breaks that, we're definitely coming up to 2.85 as well, this level for sure. If we break 2.85, and not a lot of resistance above us, it's just this and this. So that's very lacking volume at that area, meaning it's a lot easier to cut through it up to it. The less volume in one area, the easier it cuts through it, regardless if we're going down or up. Is less volume in one area just means the less bag holders in that area or that wants to get out, break even. Let's say you bought it here and there's just only 10 people that bought it here, another 10 here, right? When price comes up, there's only 20 people that wants to get even. Then there's no more sellers. Same thing when the price is dropping. And that's the psychology of it. But back down here is probably, a couple thousand, I don't know, hundreds of thousands volume traded down here, right? So it's just more cluster. It's hard to get through it. Very lacking volume here. So maybe bulls will get some surprise into the year end. If we do break out of these areas, we may start to bounce a little bit faster into this zone because there's not a lot of resistance above us. So we'll see about that. I have no guarantees, but still chopping quite sideways, but still a little bit better now compared to the past couple weeks. So we'll see if bulls can continue to show up some strength. Because this move was very decent, 21% move, but there was no trend change here. And we give it all back. And so now we have a daily uptrend here at 12%. So we'll see if maybe we can get somewhere follow through this time and form more supports along the way as we move up. And which is better, just be more structure. Probably won't move as fast, but if we have more structure along the way, then we wouldn't drop as hard like this. We'll see how that goes. All right, let's take a look at UNG. UNG as well, looking good. Form this daily uptrend as well because Natgas did at the same time. So UNG, a decent move as well, 5%. Initial move right there. This Monday's candle is also went below Friday's candle, so the pivot is being set. And we broke above this 6.79. So we have a daily uptrend confirmed as well. And let's zoom in to see if there's any slowdown yet. Nope, as of now, no slowdowns. The moment we're just under the 7.17 resistance. So we'll see if bulls can get over that later this week. Yep, so far it's looking pretty good with natural gas. So UNG is the tradable ticker for natural gas. Forgot to mention that. Hourly trend would be our guide. You guys know that I talk about the hourly trend where I want, that's the thing I want to see initially for bears or bulls, right? When we're on an hourly downtrend, I wanted to see an hourly uptrend confirm for bulls to potentially say this marks the bottom of the trade. And I remember talking about this where we had a double bottom and then hourly uptrend confirm here at the same time. And I said that that was probably near near-term bottom for us, as well as we have a megaphone support looking line, this maroon looking line for our support and resistance. So it's a big megaphone. Yeah, so you get when you get a couple of confluence of signals of supports or resistance in one area, and that drastically improves the probability of your trade working. So we had a 3 confluence of signals on support down here, and we got a decent bounce. So I made that video over the weekend on Saturday, talking about that. If you guys want to go back and check, but I make these videos every day, so you guys can see these updates every single day. All right, so yeah, we're looking good. Now we are looking at the 7.17, and the hourly trend will be our short-term guide. Continue to follow. Same thing with net gas. Might form a hourly bull flag here, as long as we do not break below. Let's see here, 6.98. So this 0.382 level is the bull flag area. So as long as we don't break below that and bounce off it, chop around here, then we'll potentially get a bull flag that confirms. All right, let's take a look at gold. Let's see. This is the US dollar. We'll take a look at it right after gold. So that's weak action. Makes sense when you have 4 days of rejection from upper wicks from around the similar levels. And we have this mirror looking line, channel resistance. You can see resistance, 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 support channel. And very clear that we can get over at this 1930 level. You see, even the candles show that we went up to that level 4 times, and then every time we close around here, low of its day. It does make sense to test this 1908 support level that I've been talking about. It will likely come down to. And let's see if we have any signs of it bouncing from there or not. So one initial test. Okay, so bulls play defense here. And so far, bulls are playing defense, but not much of an offense. So we may potentially test it again tomorrow. Let me see on the 5 minutes. Yeah. So I want to see a hourly trend change from here, from hourly uptrend, for me to be more confident saying that this is the near-term bottom for gold. But as of now, this could still be a hourly bear flag that could confirm tomorrow. So right now, I can't confidently say this is the bottom, but bulls did play defense here initially. But that's all. Nothing, nothing more, nothing less. And if you are a gold trader, you could take a little bit of a risk. You have a clear level now, this 1908 level to play off of. So you may potentially set your stop loss below that level and take a small loss. But this isn't my ideal setup. It's still there's still a bit of a trade there, but I wouldn't take it personally because there's not a lot of upside for me. Gold isn't as volatile, but let me see here what's your upside from here to the top of the resistance. Yeah, 0.8%. So yeah, not something. I don't trade gold, so it's not something I look at as much. I mostly look at the US dollar for the stock market, so I can know pretty much what gold is trading like, because if the US dollar is strong, gold is going to be weak. All the metals are going to be weak. And if the dollar is weak, all the metals will be strong, and as well as the stock market. So the dollar is also a headwind for the stock market, especially when it's too strong. If it has a too strong of a momentum, it's not like always inversely direct correlated, but the stronger the momentum, the more headwind for the stock market and metals. Yeah, so we'll see if the bulls can hold this 1908 level. If not, you're probably going to come down to test this low. Closer to here. This 1893. And let's take a look how much time. 14. Let's take a look at the dollar. That makes sense. The dollar bounced today, and I remember talking about that where the dollar is in a daily uptrend and zero signs of slowing down yet. This is just a consolidation candle and no slowdowns as of now. Hourly trend is our guide. And yesterday I talked about where we're very likely going to bounce off of this 104 because you can see the amount of times the dollar try to test this 104 resistance zone when we're below it, right? Like 7 times here, another 2 here. And when you can see when we're above it, it always acts as strong support. When we're below it, it acts as strong resistance. That's a very key level. When we first waterfall drop right down here, it's very likely we're going to get an initial bounce. Doesn't mean we're going to come all the way up here, but an initial bounce slightly was the most likely scenario. So let's take a look at the hourly to see how strong that bounce was. Pretty clear. See, bears tried here 3 times, couldn't get below it. And then we have now confirmed a hourly uptrend, now back to a neutral trend. But we're still in the top of this range. So dollar has no signs of slowing down yet. This could just be an equilibrium tightening up. Decide where it wants to go afterwards as well on the hourly time frame. I wouldn't say it has any red flags at the moment for the dollar bulls. All right, let's take a silver. Silver outperforming since yesterday. I talked about where it was relative weakness after hitting resistance. Now it's relative strength when it's near its support zone. You can see gold was down big, silver was down just 0.7. That's very 0.07. So it's very minimal. And we may potentially get a bounce here if we get a slight weakness just on the dollar. Even just a slight pullback, very likely we're going to bounce. As you can see, with the dollar being green today, we still held pretty well versus the gold was just like that, straight down to the other side. It makes sense because we have already dropped way more than gold during these days. So relative weakness now turning into relative strength. Although still a daily bear flag, this potentially bounced a little bit. Even if bounced to here, it's still a daily bear flag. So you can potentially play the bounce and check it out, and then go from there. Very clear support and resistance zone for the last 4 days. This complete. Right, resistance is going to be 23.4. Support is going to be 22.82. So very clear levels to play off of. Best setups to play when you have very clear levels that you know which levels you need to break, which levels where you need to set your stop losses. Don't worry about your emotions from there because you just set those things and forget about it. All right, I'm going to go film the stock market update video now. And feel free to come over if you guys want to see any the plays that I made today, as well as a couple of plays that I've been talking about that I added. And of course, the stock market analysis as always. And feel free to support the channel if you guys like. Just click the join button below for the memberships. And you guys will get top 5 picks every week on Sunday. And if you guys learn anything, feel free to subscribe, like, or share. Always appreciated. And I will see you guys in the stock market video. Have a great rest of you guys' day.